Hi, welcome. We're going to start the session in a minute. So, welcome to the Reiki meditation session. Sorry, let me just adjust my screen. And so, you have a minute or so to just relax and make yourself comfortable. Put some water by your side if you would like to. And we're going to start. Okay, hi. So, welcome to a grounding session. We're going to do activities that all have to do with grounding. So, grounding is about connecting to our true self, reconnecting for most of us to our true self and to the earth. It is about us as a species on the planet. It is about the planet. It is about our connection to it. And it's also about our energetic system because we have got aspects of our energetic system that is linked to grounding. Sorry, I am just going to adjust my laptop up so it's a bit better. That's it. So, for example, I keep talking about the chakras, and the chakras are a line of little brains of energy that start from the bottom in between our legs, the top of our thighs, the perineum area, and up across the body in a straight line. And these chakras, they are little brains of energy, and the two base chakras, the base one, the root one, the red one, Muladhara, that is at the perineum. And then there's also the sacral one, Svadhisthana, that is just below the navel. Those two chakras have a lot to do with our grounding. And the root chakra, even more so than the sacral chakra, which is the sacral chakra, I think I have not said it is an orange color. So these activities we are going to do today, they have to do with energizing these two chakras, but we are not going to actually directly work on them. But that means that during the session, you may feel sensations there. You may feel warmth, or you may also find some tension feelings. That's when the blocks get released. And so that is mainly what you may experience during this session. Um, Grounding is about when we have so much in our heads, or when we feel scattered across so many aspects of our lives, or even just scattered in our mind, like not feeling like we can settle on anything, not being able to settle on any thought. That is when we lack grounding. And so, grounding is the essence of being able to connect with one thought at one time. It's the essence of feeling completely within ourselves and nowhere else. Technically, whenever we do mindfulness, we actually are working on grounding because we are restricting our thinking space to one thought, or we are aiming to do that. So, technically, it is an aspect of grounding. But generally speaking, grounding, when we do exercises on grounding, it normally has to do with connecting with our true self and connecting with the earth. So today we are going to work quite a bit with the earth element. And so, first of all, just a reminder to keep safe. And hello, Magali. There is a message here on the live chat. And just so you know, you can leave a message on the live chat at any time to share insights, to share your experience of the activity we've just done, to share if you have questions about whatever it is that we are doing. All these things you can share in a live chat, or you can also share with me via email or phone if you have my details. And the live chat, I try to answer all questions and respond to all comments by the end of at the end of the session. So we go through all the activities first, and then I look through the messages. Okay, so this said, please make sure to keep safe. This is what I was getting to first. You see, that is being scattered, yeah? And then we're going to do some grounding, and then it's easier to focus on the one thing. Okay, so Just please bear in mind that these activities are all for your comfort and your well being. So, at all times during the session, make sure to always be as comfortable as you can be. That means if you need to shift in your posture, please do so. If you need to take a break, please do so. Look out also for sensations and feelings within yourself, like lightheadedness, discomfort, any kind of discomfort. And I am sorry, I'm being very disturbed by the cat who is playing at the door. So I'm trying to focus, but it's not easy. So just make sure to keep safe. If at any time you feel discomfort, sit out from the activity and either rest, practice the fa niente, do nothing, or you can also go back to the first activity that we are going to do, which normally most people feel safe to do, which is a focus on the breath. So I am going to ask you to start by focusing on the gratitude and an intent on the healing, while I'm going to go and let the cat out before he drives me completely crazy. So I'm sorry, I am going to step away for a minute. And in the meantime, I'm going to mute the microphone and give you 2 minutes to first focus on a gratitude of something positive that happened in the last week, something that brought a smile to you, that made you feel good, that made your heart warm up, and also to focus on an intent for the healing, because these sessions are infused with Reiki healing that I am sending from here. And so you can put an intent out there to bring positivity to any aspect of your life, whether it be your health, your well being, your happiness, your body, your mind, your soul, your family, your career, your household, any aspect of your life. Okay? So you have got a couple of minutes now, so you can close your eyes and then take a deep breath to begin, and take one moment, first of all, to let all this energy settle, all my words settle. And then think of a gratitude or many gratitudes, and an intent for the healing or many intents. Okay. And now keeping your eyes shut, taking another deep breath, and knowing that we are now shifting to our breathing activity, focusing on our breath. When we focus on our breath, we forget about everything else, and that is the point of this activity. It is a mindfulness exercise that is very powerful. Some people practice several hours of this per day, just focusing on the breath. And so I am inviting you now to switch off every thought in your mind and only think about your breath for a few minutes. Letting go of all thoughts. Clearing your mind out as if you were tidying up a room, putting every thought away in drawers and cupboards. And leaving this beautiful, empty, clean, and clear space in your mind to focus on your breath. That is it, just relaxing, little by little, removing every thought, removing thoughts about the future, removing thoughts about the past, removing thoughts about everybody in your mind. You can get back to these thoughts later. Right now, you can just rest your mind and let it gently focus on your breath. There are many ways to focus on the breath. And for now, you may decide to bring your attention to the movements it creates in your body. Noticing your body shifting with your breath, being gently rocked. Feeling your body maybe expanding on an inhale and retracting on an exhale. Maybe feeling your belly moving in and out. Maybe noticing your chest going upwards and lifting on an inhale. And then relaxing back down on an exhale. Maybe your shoulders are shifting slightly whenever your chest rises. Some people might sense the movement of the breath being felt all the way down to the toes, another way up to the top of the head. Another way of focusing on the breath is to focus on the sensations it brings inside of the body. In Vipassana meditation, it all begins by focusing on the sensations that the air brings to the nostrils, actually, to in front of the nostrils. But for now, you can just focus on your nostrils and feeling the sensations of the air passing through there on an inhale and on an exhale. Now focusing your attention to your nose and feeling the air passing through your nose. Do you feel a difference between the left and the right side of your nose? Then I'm feeling the sensations at the back of your throat as the air passes through there. And then as it passes through your windpipes, and goes into your lungs. And now I am going to invite you to stretch your breath a little bit so that your in breath and out breath are slower and deeper. So that means that you are going to mean to increase your breath in time, in duration of time. And so that means that you need to breathe in less at a time, slower at a time, but more in the length of time. And the same on an out breath. And you can go back to your normal breath now. Keeping your eyes shut, we are now going to shift into the next activity. And so I'm inviting you now to take a deep breath, to end the last activity and begin the next one. Now, this next activity is about connecting to the heart of the earth for deep grounding, connecting to our planet, our home, where we were born, where we reside, and where most of us will reside most of our life. So to begin with, I'm inviting you to imagine at the center of the earth a big ball of energy. I would suggest to see it of golden light or white light, but if you see it of a different color, that's okay too, as long as it is a very comfortable color for you, a color that makes you feel really good. To see that ball of light there at the center of the earth, knowing that this is what makes the planet be our planet. It makes the earth be what the earth is, with its mountains, its rivers, its lakes and oceans, its forests and plants and flowers, its animals, insects and humans. And so I am going to invite you now to either imagine yourself sitting or standing with your feet flat on the surface of the earth, anywhere in the world where you want to be, but directly in contact with the soil of the earth. You can decide to have only your feet in contact with the earth, or you can decide to have your feet and your hands in contact with the earth. Personally, I prefer the second one. I find it so much more powerful, but it is up to you. And so you can be standing with your feet on the earth, or you can be seated with your feet flat on the earth and your hands flat on the earth, or with just your feet flat on the earth. Really knowing that you are touching the soil, touching the true nature of our planet, touching the essence of our planet, its soil. And this soil, being in contact with it, already is starting to ground you, to connect you to your planet, to your home. And now, already so powerfully connected, I am inviting you to imagine a ray of light coming from the center of the earth that you have imagined a moment ago, shooting straight up to where you are, in the most powerful and yet the most gentle manner, getting to you and entering your system, so that as you sit there and you keep breathing, the energy filters from the center of the earth straight into your system and grounding you and deeply connecting you to the earth. Getting into you through your feet and your hands, or through your feet only, depending on how you are seated or standing. And little by little, gently and softly radiating through your whole body, your whole mind, your soul, every part of your being, your aura, which is a layer, like a bubble made of different layers. around your body, radiating out of your body. And staying there in that moment, feeling the gentle energy from the center of the earth coming to you in a beam of light, getting through into you and radiating through and through your whole being. You now are the earth. You are the trees. You are the forests. You are the mountains. You are the animals. You are the insects. You are humanity. You are the oceans and the rivers. You are the earth. Feeling and watching this beautiful energy floating everywhere in your system, healing you and grounding you so powerfully. Keeping on relaxing, keeping on connecting to the earth. When you are ready, you can take a deep breath to finish. Bring your mind gently back to where you are and open your eyes again. With such activity, you may start to feel your body feeling very heavy. And today, for the rest of your day after this, you might want to take it as slow as you can. This is a very powerful practice that really helps to feel relaxed. And so I am welcoming you to maintain this state of relaxation for as long as you can today after this session. In the meantime, you can have a sip of water if you would like. I'm going to myself. And then when you are ready, we're going to move on to the next activity. Still a grounding activity. I hope you'll be able to walk after this session. There'll be a lot of grounding today. Okay. So when you are ready, you can make yourself comfortable again. We're going to do one more grounding activity. Then after that, we will have the mudra. And then we will finish with our love meditation. And so now if you would like to take a deep breath and close your eyes. And I am going to invite you to go onto a healing path. This time though, it's a bit different. The healing path is not so much made of golden light as it is made of soil and grass. And I'm inviting you in your mind now to take your shoes and your socks off to make sure that you are walking barefoot on this wonderful healing path. It is the softest grass you've ever stepped on. And you can smell and feel the soil beneath it. You can decide that it is just a path and that there is nothing on either side of the path, or you can make up a landscape on either side of your path, or you can imagine that that path is actually a field, a meadow, even a park if you would like, or even your back garden. What is important though is to make sure that you are barefoot, stepping on the soft grass, knowing that you cannot get hurt in any way because this grass is incredibly soft and there's nothing there that can hurt your feet. And that you are deeply connecting to the soil beneath it as you walk. And for the next few minutes, I am going to now invite you to simply walk on the grass. Imagining the sensations that it brings, walking on such a soft, cushioning grass under your feet, under your bare feet. Again, this is a mindfulness practice. We are thinking only on the one thing, and so if any thought comes to your mind, you can simply just let them go gently and bring your mind back to the grass. Focusing on your environment if you want to, and then bringing your mind to the sensations of the grass, how it feels stepping on it. Each moment, feeling each strand of grass as much as possible under your feet. It might feel fresh or it might feel warm under your feet, or both. Maybe it feels soft and maybe a bit ticklish. With your feet, you can even play with that grass, caressing it, playing with it, moving your feet on it. Relaxing more and more, letting go of all the troubles just by focusing on this one thing that is the grass you are stepping on, and smelling the smell of the soil underneath it, knowing that you are still stepping on the crust of the earth. Feeling your whole body and your whole mind relax to such a deep level now. You might even smell this grass. It might have just been cut, and it might have a strong smell. When you are ready, I am now going to invite you to take a deep breath to finish and to bring your mind back to your space where you are and to open your eyes so that I can show you the mudra we're going to do today. So, we've been connecting with the earth, the planet. This time we're going to connect to the earth element. We have all 5 elements in our body: fire, water, air, earth, and ether. That's it. And those 5 elements are represented on the fingers. And I've been touching on this before, not the first time that I've been mentioning this. But today we're going to work with the earth elements. So to do this mudra, we're using the ring finger again as we did before. But this time we're not going to put our thumb on this part of the finger. This time we're going to put it down here. This is a Prithivi Mudra, it is called. And so the thumb connecting to the ring finger. And the way that it is, try to have the 2 tips touching each other, pressing enough that it holds, but not so hard. Can you see the white on my fingers there? That's too hard. So you need to press enough like this, but not so hard like that. Okay? It's almost like doing an okay sign, but with the ring finger, really. And then keeping the other fingers, this index and middle finger stuck together, the little one straight, like this, like that. Also, something important is to keep everything as aligned as possible. So, also being flat and as straight and as flat as possible here. So that means from the tip of the fingers straight, the wrist straight, and the arm straight. Bent at the elbow, of course. And we're going to rest. So I'm going to lower down the screen. I hope you'll be able to see. Ah, yes, I can reverse this. Now, remember, for many reasons, we may have difficulty holding these mudras for a long period of time. So at any time, you can always relax your hand, move your fingers, move your wrists, and then do it again. Okay? And so now, applying the mudra, putting your fingers in the shape of the mudra, and when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And for the next 10 minutes, as we usually do, we are going to relax and connect within ourselves, starting with connecting and bringing our attention to our hands. What is it that you are feeling at your hands right now? Do you feel any sensation? Do you feel any flow of energy, any buzzing, any vibration, any cold or hot? And bearing in mind, it is okay not to feel anything. Not everybody connects with these kinds of sensations, and that's okay. Just maintaining the mudra like this already will make you benefit. You are increasing your flow of earth in the body. You are releasing the blocks in the body that are stopping the earth element from being balanced together with the other elements. And as you feel sensations at your hands, possibly, you may also feel sensations in your whole body, in your whole being. And so look out for these as well. Maintain a clear mind, a clear space in your mind to welcome how you are feeling right now. How does your body feel right now? How does your mind feel right now? Remember, at any time, if you're finding too much strain on your hands, you can relax the posture, shake your hands, move and wiggle your fingers, and then apply the mudra again. Or if not, if it's too much, then you can let go of the mudra and you can simply go back to focusing on your breath. Just relaxing like this and really letting this earth element rebalance itself in your whole system. Body, mind, and spirit. And now you can relax your hands, wiggle your fingers around. Taking a deep breath to finish, but you can keep your eyes shut as we are going to move on to the love meditation now. And so I'm inviting you now to rub your fingers together, your hands rather, together. And applying your hands onto your heart in the middle of your chest where your heart chakra resides. And in the beginning, just focusing on the sensations that you may feel from your hands, going into your heart. Just relaxing there. And now we're going to extend this activity today. And so I'm inviting you to see in your heart center, in the middle of your chest, where your heart chakra is, a bright sun of white, but white light, not yellow light, not golden light, white light, pure sunlight, a sun glowing there. And to see and really feel its radiations from its rays, an expansive energy. Really seeing that bright sun there growing and glowing. And you can let it grow as big as you want it to grow. Really feeling the vibration, the pulsating, the warmth from it, the light from it. Watching that energy, that sun grow bigger and bigger and radiate further and further. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands back down. Take a deep breath to finish. And staying there just for a moment, don't worry if you have already opened your eyes, that's quite fine. You can also do this with your eyes open. And just for a moment, taking the time to feel how you are feeling now after this session. How does it feel inside? How does your mind feel? How does your body feel? Right now, you can bring your mind back to your space. Start to move your body a bit, your hands, your feet, your arms, giving your whole body a stretch, a yawn. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. Well, I don't know how you are feeling, but I am literally on the floor, just holding that mudra for those few minutes was enough to just get me so relaxed that I even forgot the rest of the course of the session. And that's why I actually tend to do the mudra at the end, because I am actually doing it together with you. And so it's really important that I can still focus for the rest of the session. And if I had a whole session to do afterwards, I wouldn't be able to do it, I don't think. Okay, so then we go through the messages first of all. Magali says, so she was talking about the first activity, which was the connection to the heart of the earth, to the center of the earth. And she said that it was particularly, it was anchoring particularly well. So that's great. I'm really glad, and I hope that you all felt this way. But then again, just bear in mind that some activities can feel really like a person can connect to it really well, and then another person might not connect with it at all, and that's okay too. And that way, you can learn to know yourself and learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what is better for you, what brings you the best state of mind and physique each time. Okay, then she said, Magali said it was very relaxing. So I think she may have been talking about walking on the grass. And so imagine how relaxing this activity can be just by sitting in our own comfort of our own sitting room or wherever it is you were sitting and actually doing it. The other day I just went to the forest and I found a field and I just took my shoes and my socks off and I sat there with my feet flat on the floor and I started to feel all this tingling feeling, all this energy coming straight from the earth and going into my system. It is such an amazing feeling, and I do tend to do that quite a lot. It's so, so very powerful. And the most powerful place I have found is at the Hainault Forest. If you are anywhere near Essex, then the Hainault Forest is amazing, and Yeping Forest also. Okay, so then next, Magali said something that I'm not quite sure what she meant because she said, Murray, impossible for me. I'm not too sure who Murray is, but there was no Murray here. So I'm not, and I'm really trying to see what it is that the autocorrect could have tried to correct, but I really don't know what that was. Mudra, maybe. Maybe that the mudra was impossible for her. Okay. So try, if you can't do it, if you can't do the mudra with two hands on both sides, at least try to do it on one side. It's not as good because we have a feminine and masculine energy side. So if you do it only on one side, you're stimulating mainly that energy. So it's better to do it on both sides, but I would say still try to do it on one side and see how you feel afterwards. Okay. And then that must have been after the Murray that she couldn't do, that then she said also that she's finding herself feeling more anchored. Thank you very much. That's okay. I'm glad that it worked for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, of course, as usual. There's a few ideas that came to me during this session. One of them is to do a Zoom so that we can chat with each other because we've not seen each other for so long. But I'm not sure if I can make that work because at the moment I don't have the professional Zoom and I'm not sure how much they charge and how to go about it. So I will look into it and see what I can do. Eventually, I'd like to go on it because I'd very much like to go back to doing what I wanted to do in January and couldn't because I was ill. But to do a 1 day meditation retreat. So that would be really perfect if I could do it on Zoom. But we will see. We will see how it all goes. And until then, if you have anything that you'd like to share with me, you know where to find me. If you want to ask me for any requests for the next meditation classes, please do. Don't hesitate. I'm really quite happy to fit in any kind of meditation that will benefit anyone. And since we've pretty much followed the themes of the elements so far, because last week we were doing cooling down and that was very much the water element, this time we've done the earth, I might just carry on. I have to look back at the other sessions to see what it is I had done and not done. But technically, I think that that's just water and earth so far. So then I can carry on with fire, air, and ether in the next sessions. Okay, all right. So I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful week. I hope that you will be able to maintain this deep rooting feeling that you may have acquired now throughout the whole week. Okay, you take care. Bye.